Hello, I'm Bunnery.
I'm Bread Mower,
and this is IFXtra. So here we are at the last IFXtra of the year. Can you believe it?
No.
2020 is almost over.
Weird.
I know.
Like, I edit these videos every week and they go into like a numbered folder. And like, I was getting into the 40s and I'm thinking this is a little bit weird. And then we got to the 50s. And so this is one's going into folder 52.
Yeah. Last one of the year. So we've got something a little bit special at the end, haven't we?
Yes. So with this being the last IFXtra of the year, we will announce the results of the Item of the Year vote. So every week we pick Picture of the Week, Description of the Week, and you pick Community Pick of the Week. And then we take the 52 from the last 52 weeks and let everyone vote on which they think was the best overall. So everyone's been voting on those for the last week.
The whole week.
Ava has totted up all of the numbers and we'll be announcing which ones won overall. Well, we'll do a shortlist of the top three and then we'll announce who won overall.
Exciting.
But that'll be a little bit later on at the end of all of this.
Okay, so for now, let's see who won this week's awards. Picture of the Week this week goes to Blyer Bay for Red is Sus. I think this encapsulates the last few months of everybody really playing Among Us. I love it. It's a brilliant picture. Well done, Blyer Bay.
My favourite description this week was Tony the Tiger with Abstract Features by Josie. The fact that they identified it as Tony the Tiger rather than just a generic tiger led to some excellent work later on in the game, and it just goes to show how sometimes one description can set the tone for the rest of the game. Nice work, Josie.
Community Pick of the Week this week goes to Hymnody for Harry and Ron wander through the forest with a brown hound. That is such a beautiful, evocative picture. I love it. Have you ever considered a career as a book illustrator, Hymnody? That's brill. They were amazing.
Awesome stuff there as always. Now, don't worry, these ones won't get left out. They're the first ones of the next set for Item of the Year 2021.
Cool. So you can still vote for them next year.
Next year.
Okay, now we're going to see what we were talking about last week in the forums. So last week we decided to borrow one of Anvol's threads and get everyone joining in. So he'd started a topic called Bizarre Journeys, and it was all about a story of an airplane full of babies in hammocks. It's a very long story, so if you want to read it, pop into the general forums and have a look.
It was kind of random. Yeah.
I know. And then people have been coming back with amazing stories about their journeys, and some of those are quite long too, but they're worth reading. But I've chosen quite a smallish one, but it kind of scares me because I don't like driving in snow. It's all about driving in snow. But Error 404 said, I have a similar story, also involving the hills of New England. I was driving in Vermont in a snowstorm in a car totally unsuited on an unploughed road with several inches of snow. When I finally got to the last big hill prior to my destination, I got about 8% of the way up and the car just lost all traction and slid backwards all the way down. Oh my God, that would scare me to death.
Yeah.
So I sped up again, just got short of the top and stopped and slid all the way back down and repeated this 3 more times. I've just given up and cried. But they say, fortunately, this was early on a weekend morning in the middle of nowhere, so there were no cars behind me, thank goodness. Finally, I decided drastic measures were needed. I backed the car further up the base of the hill, and noticing that the snow was less deep in the centre of the road, I gunned the car. It's just like a novel, isn't it?
It's like Dan Brown.
It is, yeah. I gunned the car like 80 miles an hour down the centre of the road towards the top, all the way praying that some big ass truck wasn't coming over the hill in the other direction. Fortunately, there wasn't, and I just made it over the crest of the hill. That's the sort of thing that gives me nightmares, it really is.
Yeah, I mean, I used to know someone who described that as kind of brute force and ignorance, you know, like if you can't do some more power, yes. Yeah, okay, glad you got away with that.
Yeah, we're still here to tell the tale.
Yeah, I mean, I know I say this every year when it snows here, despite the fact we live in England. It snows most years, and everybody is shocked and forgets how to drive. As soon as there's a bit of snow on the road, everyone drives like an idiot. Yeah, I like to go into a car park and deliberately make myself skid
Yeah.
when it starts snowing, just so I remember what it feels like. So the first time is kind of in a controlled environment, so I don't panic when it happens on the road. And I know this sounds really silly, but I can strongly recommend this. Just like go into a car park, slam your brakes on, and empty it. Yeah, don't do it like next to someone's fancy car. But yeah, because then like the first time each year when I'm skidding, it's safe.
Yeah.
And then when it happens for real, I don't panic. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So if you'd like to go and read some of those or add your own, there are some interesting ones. And stuff about the kindness of strangers, when people get into trouble and people come and help them.
Yes, there were some nice ones like that.
Yeah, it's lovely. So have a look at that. And now we're going to see what we're going to be talking about next week. What are your hopes and plans for 2021? After such a tough year, it would be nice to start the new year with some positivity. As well as being able to see family and friends, I hope we will actually get round to visiting some of the places I've been meaning to go to but never got round to. I never imagined not being able to travel would ever be a thing. So we should make more effort once we can do it safely again. The IFX Travel Club should become true.
If you'd like to chime in with that, just head over to the general discussion forum. It's the pinned thread for the week, so you'll find it at the top of the thread list.
Wonderful. Now don't forget, tomorrow night is quiz night. Normal Zeitgeist. 5 rounds with 5 different topics. How does that work?
Well, if you've not seen this before, every Sunday night at 7 p.m. UK time over on twitch.tv/interference, we run Zeitgeist, the interference quiz of the week. It's a live interactive quiz stream where you can play along against the rest of the audience on answering some general knowledge questions. As Bunnery says, 5 rounds of 5 questions each, but each round is based on one of the week's drawings from interference. So no one except Bunnery knows what the topics are or the questions are or anything like that. I just, rock up and see what happens. And we'll have to try and guess what the topic's going to be based on the drawings on the night. But do you want to give us a little sneak preview and tell us who the featured artists are? Okay, this week's featured artists are CG, Vincent Art, MCSC 9%, and Angela 1. Okay, interesting.
Very different topics.
So, well, we'll have to see what the pictures are on the night and then have a little guess as to what the rounds are going to be. Okay, interesting.
Do you know who won last week's?
Please tell me.
Guys, it was 9%, won with 211 points. And then Darth was second with 209, and Grinning Goose was third with 202. Good win there for 9%.
Yeah, there we go, mixing it up slightly.
Yeah. And then on Thursday, we have Zeitgeist 20, which is 20 questions about the same topic. So last one was on Christmas Eve, and because it was Christmas, it was all about Christmas carols. And the winner was Grinning Goose with 197. Darth was second with 176, and Ginger Day was third with 140. That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Very
it was nice and seasonal. Yeah. I even sung slightly about sequel clause.
You did.
And somehow we've now decided that we're going to release a Christmas single next year. So if anyone wants to help out with that, join us on Discord when we'll start discussing it soon.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got another Zeitgeist 20 on New Year's Eve.
Yes.
On Thursday. And it's going to be called Ultimate Marmite. What does that mean?
So, right, well, New Year's Eve, it's actually Bunnery's birthday as well. So rather than making her write questions and things, it's just something that came up in stream chat. So what we're going to do is take all of the hardest questions from all of Zeitgeist 20 so far, and then put them into one quiz. So it's almost kind of like, what have we learned over the last...
Because you've seen these questions and you've answered them and you know what the correct answers are somewhere.
So it will basically be the 20 questions that got the lowest correct answer percentage. And maybe we'll see if we did actually learn something. We were taking it in,
Could be 20 different topics, couldn't it?
It could be,
We just don't
so
know
who knows?
I'll
be honest with you, I haven't actually worked out the details of this, but I'm sure we can do it. It'll be fine. Yeah.
Brilliant.
It'll be all good. It'll be all good. So yes, we're calling that Ultimate Marmite.
Let's see what you remember.
Yeah.
What did you learn through the year?
Good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, that's the quiz. What happens now?
Well, the only thing that's left to talk about. Item of the year, yes.
The award ceremony.
Exactly. Those of you who were here last year will know that we normally have an illustrious award ceremony, but I feel like we're maybe slightly underdressed for this.
A little bit, yeah.
So we should probably do something about that, I think.
Let's do it. Yes, you look better.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to talk about who's won Picture of the Year 2020. Would you like to know the 3 finalists?
Go on.
Okay, so the 3 finalists were Otomo Rentaro for Just a Normal Day, 9% for Bubbles, and Tifless for It's Dangerous to Go Alone, Take This. I love those. They're all really worthy winners.
They are very, very good, aren't they?
I know. And the winner is It's Dangerous to Go Alone, Take This by Tifless. Well done, Tifless.
Excellent. Well done.
Worthy winner, I think. Wow, that's brilliant.
And based on your votes, the top 3 finalists for Description of the Year 2020 were Medieval Target Worker Scans a Sword by Mama Llama, Squirrel Mime Performs for a Frightened Pigeon by Arcade, and Crowds Amazed to Find Sunbathers on Marge Simpson's Neck by Ginger J. All excellent descriptions there, and the winner is Squirrel Mime Performs for Frightened Pigeon by Arcade.
Well done, Arcade. And now on to Community Pick of the Year 2020. Here are the 3 finalists. Angels with a Wounded Wing by Otomo Rentaro, Moonbase by Heraclium, and Crying Goat Ghost by Meowch. And the winner is Angel with a Wounded Wing by Otomo Rentaro. Well done. That is a beautiful picture.
Excellent work.
So well done to all our winners for this year. We look forward to see what's coming in 2021, don't we?
We do, yes. And so on the subject of what's coming in 2021, this week's picture, description and community pick of the week, they'll be the first ones you can vote for in next year's selection. So yeah, don't feel that they're going to be left out. They'll be in Item of the Year 2021, which seems like a very weird thing to be saying.
I know. Let's hope 2021 is going to be an amazing year for all of us.
Yes. And on that note, thank you very much for all of the support that you've given us through the year, both on Interference and Zeitgeist, well, all of the things that we do. We do really appreciate everyone's support and the very kind comments that you leave us on YouTube videos and things, which make it all worthwhile doing all this stuff.
Yeah. Okay, that's it for now then. We'll say goodbye for this year.
Yeah, remember, if you're not already taking part in the game, then get involved at playinterference.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at PlayIFX or on Facebook at PlayInterference. We've also now got a Patreon page at patreon.com/interference if you want to give us a bit of monthly support for the ongoing maintenance of the game, building the quiz, the new Interference app, all of these other awesome things that we've got planned we'd love to do. We really appreciate your support. It all helps us pay the server bills and things.
Absolutely.
But yes, that's it. So next time you watch one of these, it will be 2021.
Wow,
which
amazing.
is very weird.
Yeah.
And again, if you'd like to join us for some New Year's Eve
Quizzing.
fun, yes, we remember we have a Zeitgeist 20 over on twitch.tv/interference on New Year's Eve at 7 p.m. UK time.
Wonderful. Okay, we'll see you again soon. Happy New Year.
Yep, have a great week. Happy New Year, and we will see you next Saturday. Bye.